Hey everyone, and welcome to a special deep dive just for you, Vintage Car Chronicles fans. We wanted to put together something special for you guys, something a little extra.
Yeah.
So today we're going to take a ride through the history of a really unique British automaker,
Mm-hmm.
Ariel Motor Company. And if you're a fan of those classic mechanically focused sports cars, I think you're really going to enjoy this look into Ariel.
Absolutely.
And of course, don't forget to catch your daily dose of Vintage Car Chronicles on Spotify, Deezer, Apple Music, and YouTube.
Yeah, we wouldn't want you to miss those.
But for now, buckle up and get ready to explore the world of Ariel.
I think what makes Ariel so fascinating is just how much more they are than just cars.
Hmm,
I mean, their story goes back over a century, and believe it or not, it all started with bicycles.
bicycles, really. I always thought of Ariel as like this cutting-edge, almost futuristic brand. Especially with those crazy exoskeletal cars like the Atom.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Their modern creations are definitely striking, but to really understand Ariel, you gotta go back to their roots in the 19th century.
Right.
1870 to be exact, with the Ariel Ordinary.
The ordinary.
Yeah, picture this, a bicycle with a giant front wheel and a tiny rear wheel.
Wow. Okay, I can see that.
But the real game changer was the spoked wheel design. It was revolutionary back then.
So even way back then, they were already focused on lightweight design.
Exactly. They had that philosophy woven into their DNA right from the start.
That's incredible.
Hmm.
It's like that set the stage for everything they've done since.
Yeah. And that thread of lightweighting, you see it throughout their cars today.
It's like a through line right through their history.
Yeah. But it wasn't a straight shot from bicycles to cars before we get to the Atom. There's a whole other chapter to their story.
Oh.
Yeah, they experimented with motorcycles
Okay.
and even a quadricycle in the early 1900s.
Really?
I mean, they weren't afraid to try new things, explore different paths.
That's pretty cool. It shows their willingness to push the boundaries to challenge conventions.
Exactly.
Well, speaking of challenging conventions, let's jump ahead to the car that really put Ariel on the map, the Atom. The one that looks like it forgot to put its skin on.
Ahaha. Yeah. The
Yeah.
Atom, a true exoskeletal car.
An exoskeletal car.
Yeah, imagine this. The car's chassis is the bodywork, no bulky panels, no roof, barely any doors, just pure exposed structure.
That's wild. It's like they took the idea of a naked motorcycle and said, hey, let's do that with a car.
Haha. It definitely has that raw, visceral appeal, doesn't it? You're completely exposed to the elements, experiencing every
They
sensation.
basically won with the machine, right?
Exactly.
I bet that leads to some pretty intense driving experiences,
Oh, yeah.
especially when you think about Jeremy Clarkson's memorable encounter with the Atom on Top Gear.
Oh, you mean the episode where his face turned into a human windsock?
Haha, exactly. That was a classic Top Gear moment.
It was definitely a hilarious demonstration of the Atom's raw power and lack of wind protection.
It's not your average comfortable cruiser, that's for sure.
Definitely not.
So it's a car for those who want to feel every bump, every gust of wind, every ounce of acceleration.
Absolutely.
Speaking of acceleration, let's talk about how the Atom has evolved over the years. It's been around for a while now, hasn't it?
Yeah, the first Atom appeared back in 2000,
Okay.
powered by a Rover K-Series engine.
Okay.
It was a good start, but the real game changer came with the Atom 2 in 2003.
What happened in 2003?
That's when they introduced the Honda Civic Type R engine, the K20.
The K20, that's a legendary engine, especially among tuning enthusiasts. It seems like a perfect fit for the Atom's performance focus.
It was a match made in heaven. That high revving nature, the tuning potential, it just screamed Atom.
Now, I bet they didn't stop there.
Oh no, they kept refining the Atom over the years, tweaking the chassis suspension aerodynamics with each new version.
Always pushes the limits, right?
Always.
And of course, there's the Atom V8, the one that car enthusiasts whisper about in hushed tones. It's basically a Formula One car for the road.
Oh yeah, the Atom V8, a limited edition monster with a 500 horsepower 3.0-liter V8 engine.
Wow.
It could go from 0 to 60 in under 2.3 seconds. It's mind-boggling to think about that level of acceleration, especially back then.
It's like they took the concept of the Atom and turned it up to 11.
Yeah, exactly.
So you've got this lineage of hardcore Atoms, each one pushing the boundaries of performance further. But what about those who prefer to get their adrenaline fix off the beaten path? Does Ariel have something for off-road enthusiasts?
Absolutely, they do.
Enter the Nomad, the Atom's rugged sibling designed to conquer any terrain.
It looks like something straight out of a Mad Max movie, all tough and bare bones, ready to tackle anything.
It definitely has that post-apocalyptic vibe. But what's truly fascinating about the Nomad is the level of customization it offers.
Oh, really?
You can tailor it to your exact needs and transform it into a rally-inspired racer, a hardcore rock crawler, or anything in between.
So it's like a blank canvas for off-road enthusiasts, letting them build their ultimate go-anywhere machine. Precisely. And that same spirit of personalization extends to their motorcycles as well. Don't forget, Ariel has a rich history in two-wheeled machines.
Right. We talked about the Ariel Ordinary earlier, but they've come a long way since the days of penny-farthing bicycles, haven't they?
Oh, absolutely. In 2014, Ariel made a triumphant return to its motorcycle roots with the Ace.
The Ace, tell me about it.
Well, it's a striking machine featuring a massive billet-machined aluminum frame and a powerful Honda V4 engine.
Hold on, you mentioned billet-machined aluminum. For those of us who aren't mechanical engineers, could you explain what that means and why it's so special?
Sure, billet machining is a process where they take a solid block of aluminum and precisely carve it out to create a specific part, in this case, the Ace's motorcycle frame.
I see.
It's a very precise and labor-intensive process, but it results in a frame that's incredibly strong, lightweight, and visually stunning.
So it's not just about function, it's about creating a piece of mechanical art.
Exactly. It showcases the incredible level of detail and craftsmanship that Ariel puts into everything they create.
That's really impressive. So essentially, you can tailor the Ace to be a cruiser, a sport bike, a naked bike, whatever your heart desires.
Precisely, the Ace embodies Ariel's philosophy of creating vehicles that are not only high-performing but also highly personal.
It's all about that intimate connection between the rider and the machine, isn't it? But with all this talk about combustion engines and raw mechanical thrills, I'm curious what the future holds for Ariel in an increasingly electric world. I mean, they've already dipped their toes into the EV waters with hypercar, right?
Yes, the hypercar is a glimpse into Ariel's vision for the future of electric performance. And let me tell you, it's a bold and ambitious vision.
We're talking 0 to 60 in just over 2 seconds, right?
Yeah.
That's supercar territory. What kind of magic are they using to achieve that kind of performance?
It's not magic, but it's pretty close. The hypercar is powered by 4 electric motors, one for each wheel, and an 800-volt battery system.
Wow, that's impressive. So they're basically saying we can do electric, and we can do it better than anyone else.
That seems to be the message. The hypercar is a statement that Ariel is not afraid to embrace new technologies while staying true to its core values of lightweight design and exhilarating performance. But it also raises a fascinating question.
What's that?
Can a company known for its raw mechanical creations truly capture that same essence in an electric vehicle?
That is a great question. I'm very curious to hear your thoughts on that.
Well, let's explore that further in the next part of our deep dive. We'll delve into the specifics of the hypercar and discuss whether Ariel can successfully translate its unique character into the electric realm.
Sounds good. I'm looking forward to it.
It's funny, we often think of stripped-down cars as being simple.
Right.
But the Atom is anything but simple. I mean, the engineering that goes into these machines is incredible.
Yeah, it's true. You kind of expect something basic, almost crude, when you hear bare bones design.
Yeah.
But with the Atom, it's like this testament to Ariel's dedication to performance and precision engineering.
Exactly. Like, take the Atom suspension, for example. It's a direct descendant of single-seater race car technology.
Wow.
We're talking fully adjustable double wishbones designed to handle some serious cornering forces.
It's not just about being stiff, though, right?
No, it's about responsiveness feedback, allowing the driver to really feel the road.
So it's like they took racing technology and brought it to the streets with no compromises.
Yeah, and it's not just about performance either. You see that same level of detail in the way they use lightweight materials like carbon fiber and aluminum.
It's all about efficiency, agility.
Every ounce matters when you're chasing that perfect power-to-weight ratio.
Absolutely. And you can see that philosophy in every aspect of the Atom.
Yeah.
From the minimalist bodywork to the chassis.
Oh yeah, speaking of the chassis, can we talk about that exoskeletal design for a minute?
Please.
It's not just visually striking, it's incredibly functional.
Oh, yeah. How so?
Well, the exposed chassis isn't just for show, it actually acts as a structural element.
So it gives the car strength without needing those heavy body panels.
Exactly. It's a testament to their less is more philosophy, achieving both form and function in a really innovative way.
Yeah, and that exposed design has definitely led to some pretty unforgettable driving experiences.
Oh, yeah, especially for Mr. Clarkson.
Huh. I can't help but chuckle remembering that Top Gear episode.
Oh, that wind in the face experience. That's a classic.
It's a good reminder that the Atom is a car that demands respect from its driver.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You're not just driving the car, you're becoming a part of it.
It's an experience.
Absolutely.
Well, speaking of adrenaline, let's talk about the Atom V8 for a second. This thing is basically a pocket rocket with a heart transplant.
Oh, yeah, the Atom V8,
A legend
a limited edition beast.
with this screaming V8.
500 horsepower.
Wow.
0 to 60 in under 2.3 seconds.
Incredible.
Yeah, it's a real visceral experience, but it cemented the Atom V8's place in automotive history.
No doubt. So we've talked about how intense these atoms are, but, it's interesting that a car as focused as the Atom still offers a surprising amount of customization.
Yeah, you'd think it would be all about pure, unadulterated performance.
Right.
But Ariel understands that their customers are individuals, and they want a car that reflects that.
So what kind of customization options are we talking about?
Well, you can fine-tune the engine mapping, adjust the suspension settings, add personal touches to the exterior. I mean, you can really make it your own.
It's like they're collaborating with you to build your dream machine.
Exactly, and that same spirit of customization extends to the Nomad Ariel's off-road beast.
Oh, yeah, the Nomad. It's like they took the Atom's DNA and injected it with a dose of rally car craziness.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's definitely got that off-road attitude, but there's so much more to it than just looks.
So what makes it such a capable off-roader?
Well, it all starts with that lightweight minimalist approach. By shedding all that unnecessary weight, the Nomad achieves incredible agility and responsiveness off-road. But it's not just about being light. It's about the suspension they've given it. Long travel suspension with incredible articulation.
So the wheels can stay glued to the ground, even over rough terrain.
Exactly. It's like a mountain goat on wheels.
So whether it's rock crawling, desert racing, or just blasting through muddy trails, the Nomad can handle it.
Oh, absolutely. And the best part is you can customize it to your specific needs.
Okay, so if I want to tackle Baja, there's a Nomad built for that.
Yep.
If I prefer technical rock crawling, they've got me covered.
Exactly. It's a true off-road chameleon.
It's amazing how Ariel has managed to create such a diverse range of vehicles from this one simple concept, a lightweight, stripped-down machine.
Yeah, they've really carved out a unique niche for themselves.
For sure, they're not chasing mass market appeal.
Nope. They're building cars for a select group of enthusiasts.
Those who crave that raw mechanical connection.
That sense of being one with the machine.
It's a purist's dream.
Absolutely, and that philosophy has resonated with car enthusiasts all over the world. I mean, the Atom especially, it's achieved cult classic status.
Why do you think that is? What is it about the Atom that captures people's imaginations so strongly?
I think it's the purity of the experience. You know, there's no pretense, no distractions. It's just you, the engine, and the road.
It's a car that demands your full attention.
And rewards you with an unparalleled sense of connection and exhilaration.
I can see that. In a world that's increasingly dominated by technology and automation, the Atom offers a refreshing dose of analog driving pleasure.
Exactly. And let's not forget about Ariel's two-wheeled heritage.
Oh yeah, the Ace.
It's a testament to their ability to innovate and create truly stunning machines.
Even in a market that's already saturated with incredible bikes.
Oh, yeah. The Ace is a masterpiece of design and engineering. I mean, that billet-machined aluminum frame is a work of art in itself.
And just like their cars, the Ace is all about personalization.
Yeah, you can create a bike that's truly an extension of your personality.
It's like a custom-tailored suit, but for your motorcycle.
Exactly. Now, before we move on to the hypercar, I want to pose a question to you and our listeners.
Okay.
Considering Ariel's dedication to this raw mechanical purity, do you think their foray into electric vehicles with the hypercar might be seen as a betrayal of their core values by some enthusiasts?
That's a great question. I can definitely see how some diehard fans might feel that way. I mean, Ariel built its reputation on lightweight minimalist machines, powered by screaming combustion engines.
Right.
The hypercar, with its electric powertrain and advanced technology, it does seem like a departure from that philosophy.
Yeah, and yet Ariel has always been about pushing boundaries, embracing new technology.
Sure.
They've never been afraid to experiment, challenge conventions.
So maybe the hypercar isn't a betrayal,
Maybe it's an evolution.
a way for them to carry their core values into the electric age.
Exactly.
It'll be interesting to see how they navigate this transition.
And how their fans respond to the hypercar.
Yeah, that's a big one. It's like they're saying, we're not abandoning our roots, but we're also not afraid to embrace the future.
Right, and it'll be fascinating to see how they translate that visceral connected driving experience that's synonymous with Ariel into the realm of electric vehicles.
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Can an electric car even one as advanced and performance-oriented as the hypercar, truly capture the essence of what makes an Ariel so special.
Yeah.
I guess we'll have to delve deeper into the hypercar to find out. It's like they're not just building vehicles, they're building experiences,
Yeah.
tapping into that desire to really feel connected to the machine.
It's true. In a world where everything is mass-produced and focused on comfort and tech, sometimes you lose that driver engagement.
Right.
Ariel, they're different. They're not afraid to cater to those who want something pure, something more visceral.
It's like they're bringing back that feeling,
Yeah.
when driving was about more than just getting from point A to point B. Feeling the wind, the rumble of the engine, the feedback through the steering wheel.
It's like an antidote to the numbness of modern driving,
Yes.
stripping away all the distractions, the complexities, and leaving you with the essence of driving.
And that's what makes their move into electric vehicles so fascinating.
It's a bold move.
With the hypercar, it's like they're challenging themselves to translate that feeling, that philosophy, into a whole new realm.
It really is an experiment. Can a company known for raw mechanical creations capture that same spirit in an electric car?
That's the big question, isn't it?
It is.
Because when you think about electric cars, you think silence, smoothness, efficiency.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the raw thrills that Ariel is known for.
Yeah. But the hypercar, it seems to defy expectations.
Oh, yeah.
Over 1,180 horsepower, 0 to 60 in just over 2 seconds.
Wow.
They're aiming to redefine electric performance.
No kidding. And how are they doing that? How are they approaching this challenge?
Well, they're not just trying to create a silent speed demon. They're actually talking about engineering artificial sound and vibration into the hypercar.
Artificial sound.
Yeah.
That's a bold move. I'm not sure how you feel about that.
Yeah, it's definitely a conversation starter.
Yeah.
Some purists think it's sacrilege to mimic a combustion engine in an electric car.
Yeah.
Others see it as a way to bridge the gap,
Okay.
to ease people into the silence of EVs.
It's definitely interesting. So beyond the sound, what else are they doing to make sure the hypercar has that Ariel DNA?
Well, they're still all about lightweighting.
Okay.
Carbon fiber chassis, carbon fiber bodywork.
So even in the electric era, they're sticking to that principle of efficiency through lightweight design.
Absolutely. And they're not compromising on driver engagement either.
Okay.
The hypercar is going to have a minimalist interior, putting the driver in complete control.
It sounds like they're finding that balance.
Yeah.
Embracing the new tech, but staying true to their roots.
It's a delicate balance, but if anyone can pull it off, I think Ariel can.
I think so, too. They've always been innovators pushing the boundaries.
That's what makes them so exciting.
Yeah. So as we wrap up this deep dive into Ariel Motor Company, I'm left wondering what's next for them.
Yeah.
Will they keep surprising us with these unconventional creations?
Who knows?
Will the hypercar succeed in carrying their legacy into the electric age?
Good questions. And honestly, I don't have the answers.
That's part of the fun, though, right?
Exactly. Ariel keeps us guessing, keeps us on the edge of our seats, and reminds us that driving at its core is about passion, connection, and pushing boundaries.
Well said. It's been a pleasure exploring the world of Ariel with you.
Likewise. It's always great to talk about companies that are driven by passion and a pursuit of excellence.
And to all you Vintage Car Chronicles listeners out there, thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We hope you've enjoyed learning about Ariel Motor Company's unique place in the automotive world.
Don't forget to tune in to Vintage Car Chronicles every day for more stories and insights from the world of automobiles.
From classic cruisers to cutting-edge supercars. Until next time, keep the passion for driving alive.